Welcome back, Love Stylers. Happy New Year. Please subscribe. You're not going to want to miss what we have in store for you this year. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about how a 100% carnivore diet is impossible. I have tips for you today, things that I practice because I have been loving my life and I have a better diet-life balance when I eat mostly on a carnivore diet, not 100%, because I still think it's impossible. Some people are going to disagree with me here. I hope you stick with me. I have a lot of tips and a lot of exceptions that I make to make this sustainable. I have found so much healing. I want to shout it out from the rooftops. I want you guys to get started, but I also want you to ease into this type of lifestyle for better success. You don't have to just eat meat to be on a carnivore diet. I know that's what you're thinking. You can have dairy, you can have eggs, and you can have other things and still maintain a healthy lifestyle. How you want to set this up is up to you. I have had to set it up for me so I can sustain this forever because I never want to go back to the standard American diet. I never want to go back to the problems, the health problems I've had in the past. Some of them being alcoholism. I've also gotten rid of most of my eczema. I have a little bouts of hiccups here and there with the eczema. It's nothing like it was. So that was a big problem for me in the past. I lost 55 pounds and kept it off. So how can we even talk about eating anything else besides meat if we're talking about carnivore? Because it's a concept. When you learn how to eat from a nutritional standpoint, you will be so surprised how simple and realistic this way of eating can be, so you can live a healthy lifestyle. I always say it's a cure-all. Now, I can't prove that with any factual evidence right now at this moment, but I can tell you whatever is ailing you, you may want to consider a carnivore lifestyle. Some of the things that I've seen improved, besides the things I mentioned, maybe aesthetically, is my hair starting to grow in nice and thick now. At first on a low-carb diet, you sometimes lose hair because you haven't managed your minerals properly and your electrolytes. Your skin will look better. Your teeth will become harder. Your dentist won't believe it when he sees you. You won't have to go to the doctor very much at all if you start improving these things slowly, one at a time. Also, higher sex drive. You know, when we're older women, we need a little help in that department, and this way of eating will get you your sexy back. Trust me, on the outside and on the inside. That's why we have that glow a lot of the times. Greater confidence is one of my favorite things that not a lot of people talk about when you start to eat very healthy and you give your body the nutrients it needs. My energy levels never plummet. I mean, it's almost a problem because I have so much energy and I have to sometimes slow it down for other people. You can get in the zone very, very quickly when you eat on a carnivore diet. This is just the low carb zen they talk about. Your mood is sensational most of the time. I really don't get those bouts of anger and get defensive over everything everybody says. That has not been happening for a few years now. So your heightened awareness, heightened memory, heightened sensitivity, heightened creativity. You guys, I'm a musician. I need all the creativity I can get, and I do some writing and things like that. So all of these things have been improved by sustaining a 90% carnivore lifestyle. It's for a better diet-life balance that I recommend you might consider trying a carnivore diet today or a hybrid carnivore diet where you do keto on some days and meat, dairy, and eggs on the other days. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you've never been here before, please stick with me this year. I got a lot of surprises coming and I can help you on your journey. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions at all. So I'm going to look at my notes. So some of the things that I allow some of the time are vegetables occasionally, not very often. An occasional salad, if I'm going out to eat to a fancy restaurant or something like that on my birthday, is an occasional event. Just a couple times a year will I usually eat like that. You have to be cautious of the salad dressings and the bad oils and some other things. So vegetables are not my favorite thing on the planet. They never have been. And if you say you love vegetables, more power to you, but they don't taste that good some of the time to me. Now the freshness and the crunch of a cucumber in the summer, yes, I get it. But eating lettuce for every meal, like a lot of dieters are doing, and they can't figure out why they gain it back. They can't figure out why it's just water weight they're losing, and they can't figure out why they're missing the nutrients. This is why we have to talk about meat to replace that lettuce. So eating salad to lose weight is a temporary answer that usually backfires later. So I'm going to tell you some of the things I tried this year that were a little bit different from just a strict carnivore diet, some of the foods I allowed, and hopefully you'll pick up a tip or two. Maybe you want to try it at home, see if it works for you, because we're all different, of course, and I know where my limits are, and I will talk about that. Bread cheese. If you haven't looked into bread cheese, it's very, very interesting. It's a very dry cheese, and you just saute it a little bit. It tastes like a very dry cheese that almost seems like a bread consistency when you bite into it. It's a little expensive because it's like a cheese stick in a way, like the fried cheese sticks that we all like, the mozzarella sticks. So this year though, with cheese, I had to dial it back a little bit. I can get addicted to cheese very, very easily. As a matter of fact, cheese is the number one comfort food for me, even before meat. I think cheese is my number one comfort food. So you can have cheese, real cheese, on a carnivore diet. Raw milk cheese is better for you, but do know what kind of cheese might trigger you to keep eating. So be careful with the cheese. It's not totally unlimited if you want better results, but it is definitely something a lot of us carnivores indulge in. Chaffles. So a chaffle is egg and cheese made in a little waffle maker or the big waffle makers to replace mostly bread for some of us. Now, if you're anything like me, you miss bread. Bread is a trigger food for me. I cannot go to a restaurant and eat the baked bread that they serve because I will keep eating it and it might send me down a scary path of hunger. I think it causes me to be more hungry for more carbs. So knowing your limits is very important. That's something I learned last year, that I cannot have bread at all. So therefore I'm making these chaffles. Now, the chaffle is just cheese and egg, and you do need a little waffle maker, or the big waffle makers work as well. The little one is even better. This little mini dash I bought was like $10. I use these for hamburger buns. I use these to make a grilled cheese. I use these to replace bread when I'm having a craving for something just with that texture that reminds me of bread. You can use it for like toast if you're having a breakfast. You can replace the toast with a chaffle and put butter on it. And that's very delicious. My favorite, and check out my recipes, guys. Go to my recipes. This will help you so much. If you make chaffles, put some cream cheese on there, maybe some everything seasoning, maybe some bacon. And I have a video about this, about an everything chaffle, which will replace a bagel if you're a bagel freak. So most of us drink coffee. I do drink coffee, and that's not technically carnivore. So that's part of the 10% that I allow. I drink coffee every day. I don't plan on giving up coffee at this point. Supposedly it's not too bad for you. Not sure if I agree with that, but what I put in my coffee is heavy cream. Now I am addicted officially. I'm admitting I am a heavy cream addict. I put a lot of heavy cream in my coffee. I have several coffees every morning. I think that's why I still have a little bit of a gut in the front. My belly's kind of hanging on. It's the last to go. And I'm going to work on it this year. So stick with me if you want to see how I do. But heavy cream is a scary thing to give up for me. That's like one of my biggest carnivore foods that I have not given up. A sweet potato is something that I eat probably once a week at this point. I feel like it bloats me just a little bit, but a sweet potato may save your entire diet. Andrew, my husband, lost over 100 pounds in a year from switching his pasta, his rice, and the white potato with a sweet potato. The guy ate a sweet potato every day, and he lost 100 pounds. Now, he's a man, and the sweet potato doesn't work quite as well for me, so I have it occasionally for just a little substance, just something other than meat and eggs occasionally. You might find your palate is kind of wanting. So a sweet potato can be a good tool to use. You can throw them in the air fryer. And if you haven't gotten an air fryer yet, you need to get one if you're gonna be on a low carb journey this year. Get the air fryer. Do what you gotta do, work extra time, save up for it, get the air fryer. You will be a chef in the kitchen. Every meat comes out perfect in the air fryer. But back to the sweet potato, try a sweet potato and see how you feel, see what it does for you. It's the least sinful to me of the starches. So that might be a good tip that you can try. Also this year, I learned how to cook pork belly. Now, I was intimidated by pork belly. I had never had pork belly. I didn't know anything about pork belly. I finally made the plunge and got some pork belly from Costco. I cut it up in little, this size, little squares. And then I just pop one in the air fryer for 2.5 hours on the lowest setting. And I think on roast. And let me tell you something. Pork belly might even be better than bacon for this diet. And bacon is a secret weapon if you're going low carb and you want to lose weight. Bacon can be your secret weapon, along with the other stuff we talk about on Carnivore. But pork belly, how I did it last year that I love. Pork belly was a savior for me last year. Because we are creatures of habit, because we are creatures of our environment and our culture surrounding us, we have to pay close attention to the decisions we make when it comes to food choices. You can build your own diet. You can use the principles and the concepts of a carnivore diet to realize that protein is first and should always be first in your life. You can heal yourself from the inside out. You just have to decide that you're worth it. This year can be your year. Like I hope it's mine, and I'm planning on it being mine. Let's actually get past, I think it's January 15th, that they say people's goals are already out the window half the time, and they've already failed. We're not gonna let that happen. Be addicted to healthy things this year with me. And tune in anytime to Love Style, and I will help motivate you and hopefully inspire you too. Check out Black Eyed Soul on Amazon or anywhere you find streaming music. We are there. Andrew and I record right here in this room. We hope you like our music. I do want to leave with this. Keto is like having your bachelor's degree in nutrition. Carnivore is having your master's degree in nutrition. And if you want your doctorate, you can always try the Lion Diet. Stick with me this year so we can stay on track together. Have a happy new year. Thanks for tuning in to Love Style today. We'll see you next time. Peace.